John here, Elton's Retirement Journey and Travel, back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be trying to answer some questions for one of our largest and most successful YouTube creators in retirement, and that would be Joe Khun. Joe Khun retired from Alcoa in 2019. He is 61 now, and he has set up a bucket strategy where he has 10 years of fixed income to cover his household expenses no matter what. He also has a bucket 2 that contains a significant amount of money in safe investments that will allow him to have that as a backup. And then he's got bucket 3, which is his growth and income, mostly in equities. The question that Joe has posed, he wants to reduce some of his taxes that he has to pay. When you are ultra wealthy like he is, and you have a second income, which is what he's earning from his YouTube, is equivalent to a really good middle-class job. I think he mentioned it's about $50,000 in 2025, and it's going to go more this year, as well as having a deferred compensation. Those two incomes right there have to have the taxes taken out, or else you'll have a big tax bill. Any way it goes with the traditional brokerage account, some of the, depending on what your income level is, the tax bracket could be either 0, 15, or maybe 25, I believe. And when I started analyzing this, first thing I did, I looked at charitable deductions. He makes charitable deductions, but the only way really to deduct them is you have to itemize. And if you're itemizing and it doesn't come up to $32,200 as married joint file, it's not worth it. The other thing I started looking at is whether or not he can form a nonprofit, because his videos are educational, and then slide the income from YouTube as nonprofit, which would make it tax exempt. And that's not going to work. There's too many restrictions there. However, he can, as a sole proprietor or possible LLC, write off some of his expenses with recording the videos and things like that. I think Azul Wells does a lot of traveling, and he creates these videos when he's on the road like that, and that might qualify him for to write off his expenses for doing his videos and write down some of the travel costs, which is brilliant. Joe would have to reach out to Azul Wells and ask him how he goes about doing that, even if it's possible. And the last thing is, if it was in my position, of course I would withdraw from the, take an IRA distribution of $32,200 or whatever the standard deduction is. The YouTube income, you're gonna have to pay taxes on that, federal and state and local. The deferred compensation as well. These are all replacing his W-2 income. They'll come as a 1099, but he's responsible for those taxes. And last but least, I will probably do another IRA distribution from the capital gains and dividends. I will turn that off, let that go into the sweep account, and I will pull out whatever I make up. And that should help a little bit with the taxes. I'm not sure what his situation is, but it's more like the more you make, the more they take, and you really don't have a lot of options. The best thing would have been to, like in my case, 5 years ago, I realized I didn't have enough cash. I started with the Roth, and then I switched to money market over at VO Bank, and that's working out pretty well. There's a significant amount of money for me in tax-free. It's actually almost 20 to 25% of my income that I would need is coming out of the portfolio is in the tax-free fixed income. So I just thought I'd come on. He asked for some ideas and said go ahead and put them in the comments, but I'm going to publish this video and see how many likes and see if this can drive you over to this channel. And when you're wealthy like that in retirement, you're always going to have a bunch of taxes. The only other solution is down early on, you got to start pumping cash into the Roth, or do a balanced approach. Get the max on the 401k, and then the rest of your income, instead of putting in pre-tax, start throwing it into the tax-free, the money market. We are blessed to have a surging stock market and still being able to get 3.5% on our fixed income. So it's a real good time to be in fixed income as well as equities. So my name is John, and I am the host of Retiring Club. I do some videos, and I would like you to subscribe and come and take a look and see how a moderate income person handles their income. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.